Okay, so now let's start about the top-down parser, and we are starting with the LL1 parser, right? So basically, we have already discussed that top-down parser is of two types: top-down parser with backtracking, top-down parser without backtracking. So we are going to start with the top-down parser without backtracking, and the first parser that we are going to discuss is the LL1 parser. LL1 parser, it is also called as predictive parser or non-recursive descent parser. So first of all, we'll see the full form of LL1. So L stands for left to right scan. Input left to right scan. Then second L stands for leftmost derivation. And the 1, which is within the bracket, stands for number of look ahead symbol. Number of look aheads. Right, so 1 is written, which means the number of look ahead symbol is 1, right? So now we'll see what are the parts of LL1 parser in the architecture. So we have 4 parts basically. First of all, we have input buffer where input string will be there. This is the input buffer. And remember that the input buffer will always end with the $sign, right? Like in C language, when we talk about the end of the string, we say that it ends with the null character. So similarly, the input buffer value will ends with the $sign. And then we have LL1 parsing algorithm, LL1 parser. And using this LL1 parser, we'll design the LL1 parsing table. LL1 parsing table. And we will be having one stack to validate the input string, whether it is accepted by the parser or not. And the stack will always start with the $sign. Okay? So these are the 4 parts that we are going to discuss for the LL1 parser, right? Now, the LL1 parser uses 2 functions, first and follow. It uses 2 functions, first and follow, right? So we'll start with these functions, what is first and what is follow. So if we talk about the first function, so basically it is a set of non-terminal, it is a set of terminals. We are going to talk about the first function. So it is a set of terminals. It is a set of terminals present in the first place of every string derived by A. Every string derived by A. Now, what is A? Which means if you have a production in this way, so A से derive क्या हो रहा है? Beta. So beta वाले part में first place पर जो भी terminal आया है, it is a set of those terminal, right? So here A is basically alpha, जो left hand side पर दिया हुआ है, that is A. और A से जो भी derived हो रहा है right hand side पर, उसके first place पे जो भी terminals आए हुए हैं, it is a set of those terminals. So let's take one example. Suppose S derived A, B, C and D, A derived B, B derived C, C derived D, D derived suppose E. This is the grammar given to you. So what is going to happen? Now I need to find out the first of every non-terminal. So I'll start from the bottom. So if I wish to find the first of D. So what is first of D? The D is deriving a small e. Small e is at the first place and it is a terminal. So the first of D is small e. Now first of C. First of C, which means C is deriving small d, and a small d is a terminal, right? And it is at the first place. So small d is a first of C. Now first of B. First of B. What is first of B? Small c. First of A. first of A. A is deriving small b and it is a terminal. So it is first of A, right? Now what about first of S? When we see first of S, so basically S is deriving capital A, B, C, D. So it will be first of capital A if A is not null. If A is not null, then it is first of A. ठीक है, वैसे ये होगा, I'm so sorry, इसको ठीक करते हैं. It is first of A, B, C, D, which is equal to first of A if A is not null, right? So check, the set of first of A is not null. It is a small b. So which means first of S will be small b. First of A. So it will become small b, right? Now let's take one more grammar. Okay. So now suppose your grammar is A, B, C and A derived, sorry, capital A derived A, B, C and null, B derived D, E and null, and C derived F, right? So if I will try to find first of C. So it is very simple. It is a small f because C is deriving small f, right? Now if I write first of B, so what is this? So there are three productions generating from B. B tends to D, B tends to E, B tends to null. So what will happen? अगर इससे आप फर्स्ट ऑफ बी निकालोगे तो स्मॉल डी निकलेगा, इससे आप फर्स्ट ऑफ बी निकालोगे तो स्मॉल ई निकलेगा, और इस वाले प्रोडक्शन से अगर आप फर्स्ट ऑफ बी निकालोगे तो एप्सिलॉन निकलेगा. सो बेसिकली फर्स्ट ऑफ बी विल बी यूनियन ऑफ all the first of B, right? So basically what will be first of B then? D, E and epsilon. This will be first of B. Now what about first of A? In the similar way we'll find out the first of A. First of A, first production के according small a होगा, second production के according small b होगा, third production के according small c होगा, and fourth production के according null होगा. So the first of A will be A, B, C and epsilon. Now what about first of S? First of S. अब हमें first of S देखना है. So let's derive it. अगर आप first of S निकालना चाहते हैं, first of S निकालना चाहते हैं, तो we know that first of S is equal to first of A, B, C, but it is equal to first of A if A is not null. अगर ये null नहीं है, but actually अगर आप A को देखें तो तीन वैल्यूज के लिए ये null नहीं है, तीन प्रोडक्शंस के लिए null नहीं है, but for the fourth production it is null. So first of all हम first production को substitute करते हैं, तो small a, small b, small c, ये तीन आ गया. Now it is null. So when it has become null, तो ये क्या हो जाएगा? ये वाली वैल्यू आपकी null हो जाएगी, and this will become what? This will become first of BC. When your A is null, so A वाला जो part है ये null हो गया, so your equation has become first of BC. अब first of BC is equal to क्या होगा? First of B if B is not null. अगर B का कोई प्रोडक्शन null है तो फिर ये फर्स्ट ऑफ C हो जाएगा. ठीक है, तो इसको निकाल लेते हैं. फर्स्ट ऑफ B को अगर निकाला तो D और E के लिए B null नहीं है, but for epsilon B will become null. So this will become first of C. ठीक है, and obviously if C is not null. ठीक है, so first of C हमने निकाला, क्या निकला? F निकला. So what is first of F? it will be union of first of A, first of B, first of C. So अगर हम first of S निकालें तो क्या निकलेगा? A, B, C, D, E, F and ठीक है, A, B, C, D, E and F. This is your first of S. ये union this. So this will become first of S. So इस तरीके से आप क्या करोगे, ट्री बना करके you can find out the first of S. Now let's see if your C has also one production which is null. So if C is also null, nothing is going to happen. आपके यहाँ पर फर्स्ट ऑफ सी में क्या हो जाएगा, F एंड नल, और यहाँ पर एक आपका जो टर्मिनल है वो और ऐड हो जाएगा नल, इसको आप और ऐड कर दोगे यहाँ पर, ठीक है। नाउ अब हम एक प्रोडक्शन और देखते हैं, ग्रामर और देखते हैं और इसका फर्स्ट निकालने की कोशिश करते हैं। सो सपोज यू हैव अ ग्रामर S tends to this, then you have L tends to L comma S slash S. This is the grammar given to you. Now first of all, see that is there any problem in this grammar? Is this ambiguous? Is this non-deterministic? Or is this left recursive? So I found that the production 2 is left recursive. What is the meaning of left recursion? When the leftmost LHS symbol is coming at the leftmost place in the RHS. तो यहाँ पर देखिए ये जो L है ये लेफ्ट का सिंबल है और ये लेफ्ट मोस्ट प्लेस पर आ रहा है RHS में, तो विच मीन्स ये लेफ्ट रिकर्सिव है ये वाला प्रोडक्शन। तो सबसे पहले हम इसे कन्वर्ट करेंगे इस ग्रामर को। तो फर्स्ट प्रोडक्शन को तो टच करने की जरूरत नहीं है, इट इज परफेक्टली ऑल राइट, ये बिल्कुल सही है। अब हम सेकेंड प्रोडक्शन को कन्वर्ट करेंगे। तो अगर हम लेफ्ट रिकर्शन को रिमूव करते हैं तो हमारे पास रूल क्या है, A tends to beta A dash and then A dash tends to epsilon alpha A dash, right? So what is A over here? A is L, right? What is alpha is over here? अल्फा की वैल्यू यहाँ पर क्या है, अल्फा की वैल्यू हमारे पास यहाँ पर है कॉमा S, A के बाद जो कुछ भी है कॉमा S, एंड व्हाट इज द वैल्यू ऑफ बीटा, बीटा की वैल्यू यहाँ पर हमारे पास S है, बीटा की वैल्यू हमारे पास यहाँ पर S है, ठीक है। तो इसको कन्वर्ट करता है तो पहला प्रोडक्शन क्या हो जाएगा, L टेंड्स टू S L डैश, एंड थर्ड प्रोडक्शन क्या हो जाएगा, L डैश टेंड्स टू एप्सिलॉन कॉमा S, दैट इज वैल्यू ऑफ अल्फा, एंड A डैश दैट इज L डैश। तो ये आपकी ग्रामर हो गई है, इम्प्रोवाइज ग्रामर हो गई है, where the left recursion has been removed. Now I need to find out the first of all the non-terminals. So what is first of L dash? अगर मैं L dash का फर्स्ट निकालूं तो क्या निकलेगा, नीचे से ऊपर की तरफ जा रही हूँ, what is first of L dash? First of L dash अगर आप निकालेंगे तो as per the first production you will get null, and as per the second production your terminal is comma, your terminal is comma, so you will have comma as a terminal, ठीक है। Now what is first of S? अगर आप first of L dash निकालोगे then you require first of S, because इसके राइट हैंड साइड पर डराइव होकर के नॉन टर्मिनल है। तो हम किसकी बात कर रहे हैं, पहले फर्स्ट ऑफ S निकाल लेते हैं। सो फर्स्ट ऑफ S निकाल रही हूं मैं। व्हाट इज फर्स्ट ऑफ S? फर्स्ट ऑफ S की अगर हम बात करें तो आपका सबसे पहले क्या आ रहा है, ओपनिंग ब्रैकेट आ रहा है अकॉर्डिंग टू फर्स्ट प्रोडक्शन, सो ओपनिंग ब्रैकेट, एंड फ्रॉम सेकेंड प्रोडक्शन S इज डराइविंग स्मॉल a which is also a terminal, तो ये आ गया सेट ऑफ फर्स्ट ऑफ S। नाउ वी कैन फाइंड आउट द फर्स्ट ऑफ L। फर्स्ट ऑफ L अगर हम फाइंड आउट करते हैं तो क्या निकलेगा, फर्स्ट ऑफ S। व्हाट इज फर्स्ट ऑफ S? ओपनिंग ब्रैकेट and small a. So in this way you can find out the first of grammar, first of non-terminals given in the grammar. So before finding out the first, you need to make sure that whether your grammar is having any problem. If it is having any problem, then you have to remove that problem, then find out the first of the non-terminals. Fine. So in the next lecture we'll see the follow. So I'm stopping over here only.